my 2 cents in?
No, honey, I don't mind.
Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why have you come with my brain?
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, with your host, Uncle Freezy, coming to you live Monday, June 20th. Money Making Monday. Vibrant Ones, how you doing this morning? How you doing this morning?
Wow, did you say June 20th?
Yes, sir.
Wow, this month is flying by, bro.
Flying.
Flying by.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Wow, that's good. That's good to hear, man. It's good to be with you, boss.
It's good being here, man. Got to get my morning started with Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like that shot of coffee, man. Get you
Yes,
going.
sir. Yes, sir. For sure. Just like that shot of coffee to
Yes,
get
sir.
you going in the mornings. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Vibesters, before we get started, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Share on your social media platforms. Can help continue to grow the channel. You know what I'm saying? We are proud and excited to be here to provide the morning show that gets you up in the morning, get your work week started. We're going to do the best we can to help with that. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man. How was your weekend, boss?
It was okay. I mean, did a little Saturday thing. A lot of walking. A lot of checking out different produce stands. Then got a little healthy bite to eat.
Good.
Yeah, basically went to the farmer's market. Being old on the weekend, you know.
Okay.
You know how old people do.
So hey, so when does what at what age can we start considering ourselves old?
I don't want to say an age, but definitely a mindset. Whereas when you have a young mindset on the weekend, I'll give you a perfect example. Me in my late teens, early to mid 20s, Saturday, if I was not working, oh, please don't put me on call because I'm going to be a no call, no show.
Right.
For sure. Because Saturday morning, I'm at the car wash. Because Saturday afternoon, I'm hitting the highway. I got access to I-95. I got access to 301, which gives me access to 26. I'm going wherever the highway takes me.
Yep.
And that's where, I discovered so much stuff about South Carolina just driving on a Saturday. So for me, just the spontaneity of going different places, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it wasn't planned.
Right.
I know I was going somewhere.
Right.
I got a tank full of gas and a half a pocket of money.
Right.
So I'm going to do something.
Something.
But when your mind state changes or your mind frame changes, like I can't just be out and about. I got bills, I got things to worry about.
Right.
You find excitement in things like what word? You're just gonna go to the botanical garden and walk around.
Right.
Oh, so y'all just going to the flea market in Augusta?
So what? It's still going somewhere.
Exactly. It's just the destinations, the types of places have changed. Like you're still doing things. It's just the type of things have changed. Whereas when I was younger, it was all about what can I get into.
Right. Right.
Right. Versus now, it's like, the farmer's market is going to be in town. I need to go find me some new fresh produce. Get me some fresh herbs that I can cook with.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking now.
Right.
And so when the suggestion came up, like, babe, you want to try that? Yeah.
Why not?
Man, I ate one of the best oatmeal raisin cookies I've ever had in my life. I could taste every ingredient.
Don't taste processed. You know how you get used to you know how you get used to the processed taste of stuff? You know
Yes.
how after a while things are just processed. You get used to tasting, like for instance, you get used to the taste of sugar, or you get used to the taste of salt, or you get used to the taste of butter, right? And so what happens is that knocks out or KOs. I know KO and knockout is the same thing, but just for the sake of the conversation, it knocks out or KOs the innocent taste of things like grandma style. You remember how grandma used to cook and used to taste certain stuff?
Yes.
Right. Like when grandma used to make sweet potatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You used to taste the freshness of the sweet potato.
Yes.
And you used to put just enough cinnamon for you to taste cinnamon, but it didn't overpower anything.
Right.
And all the ingredients mixed together was like this wonderful freshness that as a kid or as a young person, you taste it for the first time and you're like, wow, this is heaven.
Yes.
Right. And then you go to the grocery store and you're like, yo, I'm gonna get some sweet potatoes like grandma used to make, and you get them and it'd be straight. It tastes like straight sugar. And since you can't get your grandma's sweet potatoes no more like you used to, you get used to that processed taste. Like chicken. Like how the taste of chicken from the grocery store and the chicken from the yard tastes different.
Big time. Big time. Or fish for that matter. Go fish out of pond. Go fish out of pond. I guarantee you that fish tastes way different than fish that you get from the fish market. As soon as you take, y'all caught this out of the pond, didn't y'all?
Yeah, because it tastes wild and gamey.
Yes,
but not bad.
No. It just has a very distinctive taste. That's it.
Right. That is it.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, bro. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you on that, man. I'm with you. I'm excited for you when you say stuff like that, man. I'd be when you say stuff like that, it gets me in my bag. I'd be excited to hear stuff like that.
Hey, man, let me tell you. The blessing in the disguise was like an epiphany. Like, yo, man, you can't you can't keep going the way you're going. Only because, as we were speaking to the point earlier, your mindset changed. Not only your mindset, but your body changes over time.
Right.
Everybody does not stay the same from when they were in their prime. Like, no one stays the same. People can stay close to it, but not exactly the same. You know what I mean? And when you're not active,
right,
as you used to, you can't. I remember being out at cookouts, eating like 3 or 4 cheeseburgers, 4 hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, potato salad,
right,
watermelon. I have a plate with just sweets. Coconut pie, apple pie, red velvet cake, peach cobbler, banana pudding. And I'm like, boy, what you going to do with all that? About to eat it.
Right.
And I would sit there and eat it. And here's the wild thing. Would not gain any weight.
Right.
But man, once that metabolism slow down, it is a wrap. And I thought it was okay. I really thought it was okay, because I'm like, man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no jiggly jello arms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can still look down to see my boy. I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. See, I'm one of those that I used to be so big that I'm proud of my jiggly jello arm, right? My jiggly jello arms. I'm proud of them because I used to be so big that I tell the story again and again, and it's because I'm proud of myself a little bit because I've come such a long way, but I know I have a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
Right? But I look in the mirror and I do the jiggly arm thing, and I'd be so proud of that because I can. Before, it used to just be one fat arm, like a turkey wing, and now I can feel the muscle and stuff coming, and the jiggly is not from fat but from loose skin. Like, you know how when you lose weight and you get so I'm a little proud of that. I'm a little proud of myself. Danny Landis, what's good?
Danny Landis in the building.
In the building. Yeah, man. I'm sorry about interrupting, man. I got to get better at that, but you know.
No. You didn't interrupt. Definitely added to what I was saying. Like, I'm just on the like I've always been solid. Like, I don't remember a time where I was ever like skinny or slim. I've always been a stocky dude. So for me to have for that to be me, it would be, like, oh man, what, like, I've let myself go. But that can never be the case. Like, has never been the case, man. Like, even I could show you a picture, or I probably won't show that picture. But yeah, maybe one day I will show the picture where I was almost 300.
Wow. Okay.
When I was bedbound, I was almost 300, man.
Right.
Because they showed, my cousin sent a picture. Well, she posted a picture in like our family group chat. I think it was, I don't know, 08 or 09, something like that. And it was like all of the cousins that are in our age group, right? Within that, 5-year window, 5 years, between 15, 20, and 25, right? And I was like, oh man, all of us hadn't been together since we were very little kids. And most of these teenagers that's in this picture weren't even in their mama's bellies yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, who in the world is that round ass dude? And my sister goes, dude, that's you.
That's you.
Wait,
That's you.
that's me? She
That's
was like,
you.
yes. Who else is on crutches out here but you?
Right. That's you.
You were so hell bent to stand up in the picture that we had to get you something to stand up on, to hold you up to take the picture instead of you just taking the picture in the wheelchair.
Right.
I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, it makes sense now. It makes sense now. Yeah.
I said, yeah. I'm proud of myself because I didn't think this new lifestyle would be something that I would ever consider.
Right.
I'm a carnivore. Like that whole when dudes cook out on the grill, that is a Uncle Freezy. That is a real. When we worked at Food Line Warehouse, right? Sanitation guys will always have the hookup on everything. Why? Because they got to throw away stuff from out of the back of the truck. Like if a pallet gets damaged, they throw away the whole pallet.
Right.
They don't.
Yep. They scan it. They scan it so home office can know that it's being thrown away, and then they're responsible for getting rid of it. They don't send it back to home office.
No, there's like this whole big like Sanford and Son like junkyard of old goods, right?
Yep.
And some of it gets destroyed,
right? Because
a lot of it gets resold.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So you'll go and you can get cases of beer. You can get cases of beer for like $3 or $4 from these guys, right? So
because it'd be a 6-pack and one of them will be damaged, so it's a 5-pack, right? So they sell it for the cheap. That's what you're getting at. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So we'll go get some sanitation beer. That's what we used to call it. Go get some beer from sanitation. We'll get beer from sanitation. We'll hit up, an IGA or Food Line or the Pig.
Piggy Wiggy.
The Piggy Wiggy. And we'll buy some meat. Man, get some pork chops, man. You better get a pack of ribs. And before you know it, like we have like 2 loaves of white bread and a bunch of meat.
Roger Woods.
Yeah, Roger Woods sausages, burgers. What is it? Red Castle? I can't remember the name of the brand. Where it's like 50 of them come in a little box. That's all we'll have. And
no veggies.
No veggies. Nothing. To be honest, nothing else to go with it. Maybe a couple of big bags of chips, and that's it.
And that's it.
And I'm good. I ain't even need bread. Hey man, give me one of them hot dogs off there.
Wait. First of all, bread was not there for the taste. Bread was there so that you could hold hot meat.
Yes,
that's what bread is for. You know what I'm saying? Bread is not there for the taste, bro. Bread is so that you can hold hot meat. That's it. Yeah,
and I could literally just eat a plate of just meat and be fine. Oh man, that was good.
Because we used to work them calories off. We used to work them Lord have mercy.
Hey, warehouse work, ladies and gentlemen, is not for the faint of heart. If you think you have a tough time carrying them 2 gallons of bleach upstairs that you just bought from the grocery store, imagine snatching 2 or 3 boxes with 8 of them in.
Yep.
Off of a shelf. And then stack them on another pallet.
Right.
And then keep on going because you got more stuff to pick up.
Yep.
Man, I had got an order one day of 720 pieces. I was like, oh man. Yeah. I said, man, I hope some of these are gravy, meaning they pallets.
Yeah.
Where you just get the, the forklift guy to drop a whole pallet on the back of your jack.
Yeah.
Oh no, I only gotta get 20 of these. That means I gotta stack 20 of these, and then I gotta get 30 of these. And it's man, you work. I mean, there's no nonstop work. There's no air conditioning.
Right.
The only cold spot is the freezer.
Right.
And I guarantee you ain't gonna get past the first door because they got on full-blown snowsuits.
Right. Because they got to.
I didn't believe it until one day I'm on my jack. I decided, I said, man, let me go ahead and cold storage. Let me see what's back here. I went through the first door. I said, oh man, this feels good, man.
Yeah, this feels good. Because you're coming out the heat. You going in there. You like, yeah, you feel
this feels good. And I see everybody just looking at me. And I was like, oh, they know I ain't from this side because I got on shorts and Timbs. Right. And the lady said, baby, I wouldn't go in that door if I were you. Man, I got close to the door and you could feel a little air coming from under the door.
Yeah.
Man.
Bruh.
I turned around real quick, right?
Yeah.
So I go back to the front. I went to plug my jack in. And as I got off my jack to go in the front to plug it in, to connect it, ice. All I did was get close to the door, turn around, and it came back. And it was ice on the front of that jack. I said, oh, heck no. Heck no. No wonder y'all get paid. And then got paid more. And I was like, why are they getting paid? Yeah, y'all should get paid more.
Right.
Y'all should get paid more. But yeah, working in a warehouse, man, you will stay in shape because it's a physically demanding job. That's why I was always in awe to see a female. Like when the new group of people come in and they're doing their training or their orientation, and I'm like, oh man, we about to ask some chicks over here, man. They'll be hit for like a day,
right?
They'll be there for a day. And I'm like, shorty, what happened? Oh man, I put in a transfer. So where's sanitation? What happened? Man, this is too much. I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Right.
I was like, shh. I didn't either. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. And at first it was cool, fresh out, and you want to show how strong you are. But man, when it's 100 degrees outside and it's like 105, 107 on the inside.
Yeah.
And no air stirring, and that sweat burning your eyes.
Yes.
And you up on the third shelf trying to grab man, listen. I said, nah, I can't. I can't see myself doing this.
Right.
For 20 years. I gotta get a degree or something. Like I'm cool with manual labor, but
look, manual labor ain't man, look, if you healthy, do it. Right? If you healthy, do it, right? I ain't got no problem with that. I did at first. Because I'm the type of person, right, that over the years, I will go back and forth between the office and work. I'll do that. I don't have no problem with it. I'll go from the office out to work. I don't care. I used to be the guy that would like say if my insurance route was in Brooklyn, right, what I would do is park my car somewhere, right? Park my car somewhere and say if I had to do East New York, I would park my car somewhere in East New York, right? I would get out and walk the whole thing, see people. Hey, my name Uncle Freezy. I'm selling life insurance. You know what I'm saying? I'm from such and such. I'm from Uncle Freezy's insurance company. I'm selling life insurance. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. I do that the whole time in East New York. Just, and people are like, man, you crazy? No, man. No, man. I got to get out here and let people see who I am.
Right.
Because I'm out here in this suit. I'm being real, right? I ain't coming here. I ain't got nothing for you to steal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to steal from y'all. I'm here. Say if that's my route. If East New York is say everybody meet uptown, right? Morning thing. Everybody meet uptown, right? Or let me put it this way. Say it is assurance company has clients or patrons or potential customers in the 5 boroughs and New Jersey and say some Connecticut. Once a week, say Monday morning, like today, we'll meet in Manhattan. And this is for people that don't live in the city and don't get it. Right. So we'll meet in Manhattan Monday morning at 7:00. Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then so what we'll do is we'll meet. Hey, yeah, I'm here. You know, what's my route? Well, Uncle Freezy, we need for you to get us more customers in Brooklyn. Right. Well, what did the other guy do? The other guy, he covered certain parts of Brooklyn, like he covered Bensonhurst. You know what I'm saying? And didn't go no further. Right. He was comfortable in that area. So I already know what type of guy he was.
Right.
In certain parts of Brooklyn, I wouldn't feel comfortable going in even to this day. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know why. I ain't gonna get into that part of it.
Yeah.
Y'all know why. You know what I'm saying? But I would get out, show my face, just walk and walk. Right? Just park a certain place, make sure it's safe, cover a certain area and Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn would be my spot, right? So I would cover all the first thing I would do is go to the spots in Brooklyn that I'm familiar with and make my way out. Right. Back in the day, we used to put up what's the little paper? The paper that you used to put on the wall? Flyers. Back then, back in the day, I would pass out flyers. Nowadays, with social media, and this is a pro tip. This is a pro tip for all you entrepreneurs out there that are looking to get your businesses started. You don't have to do flyers no more, right? Use social media. Right? Use social media. Make you a video for an area. Say if I was to sell life insurance where say where Chuck is. I'm not gonna say where Chuck is, but per se. But I would make sure every time Chuck clicked on YouTube or clicked on some social media thing, he would know that I'm a young and up and coming life insurance agent in Brooklyn, and I'm around the city. And I'm calling Brooklyn the city, right? Just for this case, I'm calling Brooklyn the city. I know officially Brooklyn is a borough, and I know it's broken down into other smaller parts that are just as big as cities themselves, right? I know Williamsburg is big, right? I know all these places are big, right? Compared to other cities across the country.
Right.
So I would make my face be known, right? I would be like, when you somewhere, I'd put up a couple of billboards in Brooklyn with me smiling like, if you gonna die, see Uncle Freezy first, or whatever your life insurance slogan is, right? Right. If you plan on kicking the bucket, let me help. Or some kind of crazy slogan where you know you need life insurance, right?
Right.
South BK was good, right? But I would start in the office with a strategy and then get out legit in my shirt and tie and walk the beat, right? Walk the beat. If somebody had a store, I would legit stop what I'm doing, help them sweep you know how people sweep the sidewalk in front of their store, pull up their gates and stuff, stack their stuff outside or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They washing windows. I'd be doing all of that stuff, helping patrons. I'd be like, you mind if I hang out here with you for a minute? And then, you know what I'm saying? And do whatever. And they're like, no, I don't want you sitting in my store trying to sell nothing. I'm like, no, man, let me help you. Let me help you open up. Let me help you get customers in. Let me help you do this. And then during the thing, you know what I'm saying? I'll just talk to them about what I have to offer. And at first people will be trepidatious or have some trepidation. And then after a while, they know that I'm not there to steal nothing from them, not even customers, but there to be a part of the community. And then I'll make my way around. And what happens is, and when I start doing that, people will start sending customers to me, like, you know, Miss Brenda from such and such street just had a baby. You might want to go over there and see Brenda and Raheem. You know, they ain't got no life insurance. I bet you they don't. They so young. And so I go over there and talk to Brenda and Raheem, get life insurance for those two and they baby. Right?
Right.
Raheem will probably talk some trash at first. Man, all you trying to do is steal my money. Bro, if you was to walk out there and get hit by a car, right? Your baby gonna grow up without a father, right? Without her father, and without no money to take care of her. And you worried about this measly $68 a month, or for all three of y'all, $68 a month for three people, and you worried about that as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, what this $125,000 can do for your family in case you know what I'm saying, in case you get hit by the beer truck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is a conversation I'm having. I'm being real. Like I'm talking to Chuck. Like I'll be like, Chuck, I know you got bread, right? But you want your mama to spend them. And I'm talking to Chuck, but not personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to Chuck, but not personally, because I don't know Chuck personal stuff. I'm just talking to Chuck in general. Chuck, I know you got bread. You probably got you the word on the street is you got about $70,000 saved up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want your mama to spend that on funeral expenses and to pay your bills, and then your mama missing her baby and all the bread is gone. Chuck, just pay this $27 a month. Your mama can keep that $70,000 for herself, plus whatever remain after the funeral expenses, so your mama can cope better without you being here. Because ain't nothing worse than missing your loved one and being broke. You know, this is the conversation I'm having with people as I help people bag groceries. Like you at the bodega, I'm helping you carry your stuff out the store, maybe to the bus stop or wherever it is that you're going, and all this stuff in my shirt and tie. People see I'm mad professional, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. And that's how come I used to come up in the game, because I was relational. Like people would be like, man, you know, such and such them, such and such done lost his job. He used to have Food Lion insurance, and now he ain't got nothing. You know how you know how you have insurance on the job?
Yes.
And then when you leave, you don't have the insurance no more. You're not part of the franchise plan. And so people are like, yo, go see Uncle Freezy, man. He ain't gonna try to mug you, man. Just let him help you. And then I'll be out there in the conference. We'll be out there talking about Rakim and all this stuff at the same time, just talking about life insurance and how important it is. Right. And so they ask, like, Uncle Freezy, you out here talking about life insurance. How much life insurance you got? You better have some. Listen, man, I love my mother. I love Miss Mocha, and I love all my kids. Right. Mm-hmm. So don't judge me on how much I have, but I have a lot of life insurance because I have a lot of people that I want to take care of in case I go out here and get hit by the school bus. I go out here and get hit by the school bus, you know what I'm saying, and go into the upper room. I want to make sure that look, man, I go out here and I get hit by the bus. I want to make sure that everybody in my circle is good. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure Carmen and her boyfriend that don't work with his lazy behind, all he do is sit around, smoke weed, cheat on her while she at work. I want to make sure she taken care of, and her weed smoking boyfriend. Because if I go to the upper room, who gonna buy his weed? and who gonna buy his games for him? I want to make sure Lisa taken care of. I want to make sure Nat taken care of. I want to make sure Keisha taken care of. I want to make sure Tanya taken care of. I want to make sure that Loke with his crazy self. Loke is the smart dude, the nerd that want to be a thug. Like he got all the gangster tattoos and all that stuff, but he a bookworm. Went to school, got his bachelor's degree. Loke out here with these tattoos. Out here looking like hey, you ever seen that movie Friday After Next, that dude Freeze Love?
Yes.
You remember the dude in Ex-Con Catering?
Yes.
So he looked
I'm familiar with Freeze Love. Yeah. Hilarious dude.
Yeah, so he looking like a young Freeze Love, right?
Okay.
Right. He looked like Freeze Love, right? But he's smart, right? And he speaks very well, but he don't want to be that. He want to be the butcher from Ex-Con Catering. Right.
Okay.
You ever met people like that? Their talent is one thing, their personality is wanting to be something else.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So him, I got to make sure I take care of him. I got to take care of Rockin' Jr. I got to make sure I take care of Mocha. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure everybody's straight. If I get hit by the District 9 school bus, right? Go to the upper room. Everybody got to continue their habits and stuff because they're gonna miss me for a little while until that check come. When the check come for that, I think that $108,000 a piece for all of them, right? Everybody get their little check, $108,000 a piece, and of course, it started out as a smaller amount, but the older we get, the more we up.
Right.
What it is, we up our coverage amount because inflation went up. Gas $4. The way I met gas is $4.70 a gallon. Right. For the Saturn, I put the what is it, 89? I put 89 in the Saturn, but I put 93 in the Mercedes. Right.
Right.
So you talking about $4, $4.50 for one, and $4.79 for the other. Right. So stuff that went up. So you got to up your insurance coverage. Right. And trust me, the kids and Mo don't want to take a step backwards when if Uncle Freezy get hit by the District 9 school bus. She want to live better because she got to deal with her husband not being here. You know, you feel me? And so these are the conversations that I used to have on the street with people like, yo, you know, it's one of these deals where stop complaining about the little stuff and think about the future. Think about the future. You got money put away. You got money saved away for a rainy day. Let it stay there. Let it stay there for a rainy day. Right? Like say for instance, if I was talking to Chuck, I'd be like, Chuck, listen, I ain't in your business like that. To be honest with you, I don't care how much money you got saved away on a personal level. Right? Because you saving that money and you got you a big plan. Listen, I'll be proud and excited when you get to use that money for whatever it is that you have planned, right? But at the same time, don't be a fool, right? Get you some income protection. So in case that one day that you do get married, you know what I'm saying, and the little Chuckies do come. You know what I'm saying? Say if it happens, if it don't, it's whatever. That's your business. But you want to make sure that you be protected, protect them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so these are the talks that I be having. People be like, man, Uncle Freezy, you real serious about that life insurance game, ain't you? Yes.
Yes.
I'm real serious about that. Right. And so you remember how you said how we was mentioning like how you want to get out and or do that manual labor stuff. The walking the streets in a suit and tie don't seem like it's manual labor until you get out there and do it. Until you get out there in that 95-degree heat, you know, rolled up your dress shirt. You know how you roll up your sleeves, man. You still got the tie on. You still looking professional. And old ladies coming by, you helping them with their stuff. And they see you every day. They start to trust you. And then your name started to get all over Brooklyn. And people be like, yo, if you gonna buy life insurance, make sure you go see Uncle Freezy, because on Tuesdays he better be down at such and such bodega helping with such and such. And then before you know it, You don't have to walk 19 blocks over such and such place. Now they come in to meet you halfway.
Yes, sir.
And then, you know what I'm saying, you helping them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just have questions. Sometimes they be ready, but you just got to help them. Right? So I used to do that. I used to do that in Florence, Florence, South Carolina, all over Florence. That's me. Like just going out. All these. Remember, I said the dude that had Brooklyn, but he only did Bensonhurst. He did that for a reason. Because he was comfortable there.
Right.
He ain't going to Red Hook. He ain't going to East New York. You know what I'm saying? He might go to Williamsburg. Might go to Williamsburg, right? But he comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to all these places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so just think about all these places in Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn is like a state. Right? Like people that live in Brooklyn see it as a borough. It's Brooklyn. Like, what do you call Brooklyn? It ain't nothing. It's just Brooklyn. Oh, what is Queens? It ain't nothing. It's just Queens. It's Jackson Heights. It's whatever.
Right.
Right. And so I would get out there, and no lie, I would get out there. I would wear dress shoes in the office, but as soon as I got to the car, I would change and put on sneakers. And not no fancy ones either. I'm not walking all day in Jordans. I would get me some $30 sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Something that I could just, their sole purpose was to walk in. Some easy walkers. That's my thing. I still do that now. I still do that to this day. Like I got a halfway decent sneaker collection of shoes that I don't even wear. And when I see it, I'm like, this is the biggest waste of money ever. I don't know why I wasted money on a sneaker collection, but I got some easy walkers though. Yeah. And sometimes when you break them in, like for big boys, when you break in ain't nothing better than a big boy having in a shoe that look fly on his foot that he already got broken in.
Yes,
That's the dopest feeling in the world, especially for those diabetics who sometimes they wake up and they foot swollen for no reason. You're like, why is my foot swollen?
What is going on?
Right. And it's for no reason. It ain't like you hit your foot on nothing. Right. But I said all of that to say that hard work is a thing. That's the reason why, man, I talk to Chuck sometimes, y'all. I'll talk to Chuck sometimes, right? Me and Chuck will be talking about some stuff. We have so many Mission Impossible ideas. but I be work. But hey, Chuck can tell you, man, we work on them things, yo.
Yeah.
Am I lying, Chuck? Like
No.
we will grind, bro. The grind is real. That's why we up 7:30 in the morning with the morning show.
Yeah, man.
We up 7:30 in the morning with the morning show, trying to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get on y'all way as y'all work on y'all grind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Chuck, you ready for these hood horoscopes?
Yes, sir. Let's get to the hood horoscopes.
Let's get to these hood horoscopes. I'm gonna try to do it in a different way. Let me see where hood horoscopes thing at.
Okay. If you're just joining us, man, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and link all notifications. So when we upload or we go live, you'll know.
Bim. Exactly. Yeah, bear with me as I look for this.
Yes, sir.
I thought that would come through faster, but you know how it is. There ain't nothing
Yes,
to
sir.
it. We working with software that don't really.
Hey, man, when you at the mercy of software, man, you only can just be patient.
Be patient. That's why I froze just now. I wasn't frozen. I just was waiting for it to come through. So, but Taurus. Taurus, a rap album lyrics does not dictate your life. Pisces, Pisces, get ready for a new thing. Libra, Libra, stop celebrating hood holidays. Geminis, Geminis, your girl is dragging you down. Aries, Aries, your baby daddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Aries, Aries, your baby daddy is not proud of you. Okay. Leo, take good advice. Cancer, Cancers, stop being the last to do stuff. Stop being the last to do stuff. Sagittariuses, Sagittarius, get ready. Aquarius, child support is for the children. Capricorns, get your emotions in check. Virgos, you're not a celebrity. And Scorpios, your journey starts today. Those are your hood horoscopes, ladies and gentlemen, for Monday. Take that in and govern yourselves accordingly. Bim! Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. D Public Enemy is in the building. That's good. D Public Enemy says, your baby daddy says you're for the streets. Yeah, man. Those are your hood horoscopes, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I need to get a mixing board. So when we finish the hood horoscopes, I could do like the round of applause things. Like,
oh man, I'm not on it. I got my little joint. I ain't even yeah, I got the joint. I send you a link to it. It's like it's
it's a software.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Chuck, you ready to get into health and lifestyle?
Yes, sir. I have something for health and lifestyle today.
Let's get it then.
I'm disturbed by the culture I'm disturbed by hip hop culture right now. And hip hop has become mainstream, meaning it is popular music.
Pop.
Right. It is the genre, because before, hip hop had to attach itself to other genres to solidify themselves. You know, oh, you got an R&B singer on here. One of the biggest records was to have Aerosmith and Run DMC on a record together, right?
Right.
Throughout history, Black artists has always been told, hey man, you got to do songs that'll cross over. We're
Right.
trying to get that crossover money, right?
Right.
Hip hop has eliminated that. Now, any musical act has to come get a stamp by hip hop
Yep.
in order for it to flourish in the music sphere, right?
The stamp of approval. Yep.
Right.
The cosign is
Yes.
what we call it in the hood. The cosign.
Justin Bieber had to get the cosign.
Yep.
Because he was already on YouTube doing his, acoustic guitar singing and all that with lots of views, but got with that guy from the A, Usher, and then boom, biggest pop star
Ever.
since
Ever. He did great. He the biggest pop star ever, bro.
Mm.
And so when we say the biggest, we never said the best. We never said the best, right? But the biggest, and based on because think about this with the Justin Bieber thing. And I'm not trying to derail Chuck Allen point. I just want to clarify this though. What if a 16-year-old Michael Jackson had come along in this social media age? How big would Michael Jackson be? Michael Jackson will be 9 times bigger than his current career.
Right.
Michael Jackson blew up in an era where it was word of mouth in magazines and radio.
Right.
And he might be the greatest in terms of talent and popularity of any pop star, right?
Pretty much.
Imagine he came along in the social media era. You wouldn't be able to do anything without Michael Jackson. We'd have to take a commercial break. And we'd like to take this commercial break, this 8-minute commercial break to play the latest song by Michael Jackson, Thriller. And we have to sit there for 9 minutes as the commercial played if Michael Jackson had come out. Right. You feel me? So it's one of those things where guys are bigger, acts are bigger now, but they're not better.
Nah, none of those acts are bigger. And here's why I'll say that.
Okay.
Justin Bieber doesn't shut down a country.
Okay.
Mike Jack shuts down a whole country.
Yeah.
Like someone made this as a joke, but it's true. Jesus Christ, Michael Jackson, everybody else.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber is the biggest pop star of this social media age, right?
Right.
I don't think it's close. I know some people will want to probably throw Chris Brown out there, but nah.
Beyonce.
Beyonce only because Beyonce was pre social media era, and then after social media era, it took her to another level because
heights unknown, right?
Yeah, that Beehive is
crazy.
Right.
You can't say nothing about Beyonce on social media, or the Beehive will attack you from every direction. They call it a Beehive for a reason because they swarm on you, bro.
Big time.
And they're relentless.
And what's crazy is these are the same people that cry about bullying and things being unfair.
Right.
And here you are bullying somebody for having a difference of opinion about an artist that you care for. And guess what?
Thousands of people will attack you just randomly.
What has she done for you to go this hard? But that's it. But this is where I want to go with health and lifestyle. I think we've adapted an unhealthy culture of celebrity worship, right? And you're talking about people who don't have themselves together, but living off of a facade. I pulled something up on I think it was double XL. Let me see. I'm gonna send you the link in the private chat. Maybe you could share it, but it's the amount of rappers that have been killed in hip hop. Everybody, well, not everybody knows, but you have Scott LaRock in '87.
Okay, let me catch up with you first. Let me put it on. I'm gonna share it and then
Okay.
And then that way I can scroll with you. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. That is hip hop right now. Gucci gang. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang.
It's not the culture. It's not the culture. It's the music. And what happens in this conversation I have with people, even people that are my age or a little bit older, and I'm like, rap has always been a part of the hip hop culture. Is not what's being. You can sell elements of the hip hop culture, but you can't sell the culture. The culture is what it is. The culture is going to tell you what's hot and what's not. But rap, anything goes in rap, right?
Right.
So those words sometimes are used synonymously, but they're not.
And they are not. But if you're not from the culture, you don't know that.
Right. And because you're black doesn't mean you're automatically a part of the culture.
Right.
So get that out of your head. That's not true.
Right.
Oh, I automatically got claims to hip hop because I'm black. No. There are black culture vultures. Culture vulture is not exclusively a white thing.
Or other races. Right.
Right.
Other races. Yeah.
It's a culture. It's like when you go to, if you ever been to Jamaica, you see a lot of non-black people there, particularly Asians.
Yeah.
And then when they speak, you like, hold on, where in the world did you get that patois from?
Yes.
And I mean, it sounds absolutely authentic. And then you find out he was raised there. And so was his parents. His parents was born in Jamaica.
Right.
Like this is not an act. This is not an attempt to be cool or to be down. It's how he was raised.
Right.
Right. I was born and raised such and such. So when he's talking about, curry goat and oxtails and plantains and whatever else is a part of the culture, he has firsthand experience. He's not experiencing it for the first time because he grew up in it.
He living it. He's
living it. And to hip hop, there are a lot more casual hip hop fans than actual hip hop heads. But everybody that thinks that they were born or were raised in the 80s and 90s have an automatic claim to hip hop. And you really weren't. If it wasn't on the radio, you wasn't really rocking with it.
Right.
Like you weren't, you know what I'm saying? Crate digging.
This got videos playing on it, so I'm gonna take it down for a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I just wanted you to look at some of, like, there are so many rappers who've died in their 20s, not 40s and 50s, in their 20s, early 20s. Some as young as 19, dying in the streets, portraying a lifestyle that no one should be living. Like, I don't understand how. I understand that Black people, we've been oppressed in this country for hundreds of years. It's a fact. It's not something we've made up. It's not something in our heads, and it's not something that we can get over if it's constantly happening, right?
Right.
But Black people, what we have to stop doing, hip hop community has to stop doing, thinking you have to turn everything negative into something positive. No, it's just negative. It's negative, and leave it alone. Everybody that's from the hood is not a criminal.
It's not a gangster. Everybody from the hood ain't gangster.
So why is this the only thing attributed to the hood and perpetuated, and people hang their hats on and hold on to being gangsters, being killers, being drug dealers? That's it. Oh, right. Uncle Freezy out here selling insurance. You old working ass N-word.
Yeah.
All this old square. He got a job.
Right.
He ain't keeping it real.
Hey, Chuck, you know what the thing is too? I'm a hustler just like they want to be, except I'm doing it in a different way. Because the hustle spirit is there. Right?
Right.
Because the word hustle doesn't mean that you're a criminal. The word hustle means you're exerting energy. Right? That's what the word hustle is implying. But it depends on what type of energy you're exerting. Are you exerting negative energy that harms your people? Or do you exert those positive vibes to send out in the universe so that they can reciprocate? You know what I'm saying? So people, so it's like the people that are also exerting positive vibes can get on the same frequency as me and exert those positive vibes back. And then we team up. It's like you ever saw calm water?
Yes.
And somebody dropped something into calm water, and those waves go out on certain way. Those waves go out from the point of that. They go out in all directions in a 360.
Yes.
That's what Uncle Freezy is trying to do with vibes and stuff, and through work ethic. Right. But Chuck is on the other side of that same pond, and those faint waves that I started went out and they reached Chuck. And Chuck, okay, I feel these positive waves. And then he drops something, and the positive waves go out in all directions, and those come back to me. And I'm feeling like, okay, it's somebody out there that's also putting positive vibes out there on that same frequency, the frequency being that the top of that water, right? And so now it's me and Chuck doing that back and forth. And then there are other people catching the vibrations from me and Chuck who are on that same wavelength, putting those positive waves out there. Then other people start doing it. And then when you look at the top of the water, which is a frequency, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, somebody with a bird's eye view will see people from all these different places putting out those positive vibes towards each other constantly. Now it's a beautiful thing. And now those people that were destitute, and I don't mean poor, because destitute and poor are two different things. Yes. Now all those people that was destitute, that were hoping for something positive to happen, all of a sudden they get overwhelmed by all these positive vibes coming in from all directions, because everybody is on the same wavelength, and all of a sudden those positive vibes are reaching everybody. So all of a sudden you're in a cove on one side, and y'all know what a cove is, a little cut of water going to the land where it probably has some trees over it or whatever. Maybe a tree is falling down in it. It's just a little peaceful cove. You in that cove where nobody can reach you, all of a sudden you can see the positive vibes coming from over the horizon. And where you were a place of destitution and solitude by yourself, where nobody could reach you, all of a sudden those faint positive vibes reach you there. right? And you like it, and then you send positive vibes back, and then you join that chain of sending positive vibes. But also, negative vibes can happen the same way. Everybody negative. You know what I'm saying? You got your music playing all loud. You know what I'm saying? You pull up in front of somebody brownstone, you know, bumping Dr. Dre, and shit, but hoes and tricks, you know what I'm saying? And all this, and you putting out negative vibes, and all of a sudden it turned everybody in that surrounding in that thing negative. Because it's morning time, somebody just want to drink their coffee, you know what I'm saying, read the paper and watch the news. All of a sudden you pull up, you know, playing Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. And now it's like negative, you sending out negative vibes. Now somebody who was just peaceful and dormant is getting those negative vibes, and now they sending negative vibes back. Not the same negative vibe that you put on them, but a negative vibe in response to your negative vibe.
Right.
And now all of a sudden everybody got a negative vibe, and then the next thing you know, you got a flatbush. You got a situation where people are negative because other people were negative, and it's a domino effect. People are negative because being positive ain't safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like now all of a sudden people in a city like Brooklyn can't say good morning to each other without fear for their life. What the hell you saying good morning to me for? You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your head down and keep walking, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a yeah. I saw it in Jersey City where our peaceful little spot. You know what I'm saying? Our peaceful little spot. All of a sudden, gangs come in there. People like the gangs used to be across town. All of a sudden, the gangs is on your street. You know what I'm saying? Now you know the people across the street who you used to speak to and share watermelon with. Now you can't even go over there and holler at them because people, you never know when they're gonna start shooting on your street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's all these. Yeah, man. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, Chuck. I'm sorry. My bad.
No. I want to keep it right there, and I want to speak specifically to hip hop because this is what influences our children. And rappers will not take responsibility because they'll say, "Oh man, I'm telling my story," and I'm like, "You're a liar. You're not telling your story. You're profiting off of pain.
Yep.
You're presenting an image." Because if you were telling a story, then you would tell the side of the story where you got locked up and you went to jail and you had to sit down for 2 years or 3 years and you was missing your family and you couldn't even take a dump in peace because it was a dude looking you right in your face while you were sitting on the toilet, or you know, your daughter and your son grew up without you. You come home and you're a grandfather, like things like that. Y'all not telling those sides of the story. You're not telling how you sold drugs for 5 years, go to jail for 15, and come back and see the lady that you sold crack who was pregnant with a kid who is mentally challenged now because his mom was smoking dope while she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And you was the one giving it to her, selling it to her. Like if we were telling these type of stories and not glamorizing it, because you glamorize it. It's the difference between yo, man, we used to hustle, get it all day, all night. But you're saying the video has all of these fly cars. If you're in the old schools, there's a million old schools on big ass rims. Or there's a bunch of foreign cars and a bunch of girls bent over the hood, shaking their butts in short shorts. Yo, man, I want that, I want that too. So now, in order for me to make it in the rap business, I got to go sell drugs, get a record, so I can get a record deal. So now, when y'all say, "Oh, he ain't living his life, he ain't living that life," well, check my rap sheet. Right. There's so many, like I don't watch Vlad anymore, but there's hundreds of videos. His first lines of questions to some of these new artists. So you've been to jail how many times now? You got arrested for what? Like criminal charges. Yeah. Like right now.
And Chuck, here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to just real quick. a lot of these dudes that be on Vlad, they never were arrested before they were artists. Never.
Right.
A lot of these dudes on there, when you look at their rap sheet, right, look at the time that the album dropped, when they were signed, when they first hit stardom, they had a clean record. And then after they become stardom, in order to boost their popularity, right? Because going to jail gives you street cred, right? Going to jail gives you street cred, right? So after they become stars, they public criminal record gets long as hell.
Yeah.
Because think of this: if you're an employer, why are you gonna hire a dude that's in and out of jail? You ain't gonna hire that dude. Why am I gonna invest $2 million in a dude that's unpredictable and go to jail all the time? You're not gonna do that.
But yes, I am. You know why?
You may do it afterwards, but you're not. Are you gonna do it? You gonna
before Tupac and Biggie, it was a bad investment.
Right.
But now it's a great investment because it's a win-win. Meaning, if your album doesn't sell based on your criminal activity, it's only a matter of time before you get locked up, which is going to boost your sales because you're going to have everybody and their mama screaming free, yuckity yuck yuck, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And guess what? If you get killed in some street beef, oh, we going 10 times, 10 times platinum.
Okay.
Think of the young man that was murdered in Florida a few years ago, XXXTentacion.
Right.
I'm not here to discuss his music, how I feel about his music, or anything.
He changed. His music got better towards the end.
Right.
It used to be.
It was trash.
Call it trash. Yeah, okay. But he got better at the end, towards the end.
He had a core following. It wasn't huge. But it was a core following. Like people that was just like, and you can make very good money off a core following.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you go.
He had a huge social media presence, though.
Yes.
Huge social media presence.
But let's okay. But huge social media presence doesn't necessarily turn into dollars, because those people have to buy into what you're selling, and there's a lot of people that just come to look. You know what I mean? I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna follow just to look. But when it comes to buying tickets or buying merch, those people are just there because there's plenty of people with millions of social media fans, but can't sell out a thousand people venue. But they look huge on social media. I'm not saying that's XX's situation. I just know that he had a core following. He had a group of people that was ready to ride, right? I mean, when I say ready to ride, like whatever he drops, they're going to purchase it. If he was going to be at an event, they were showing up in droves. He is murdered
in his car.
They put out an album posthumously. One of his, it is his highest selling album to date. We can talk about Life After Death.
Yeah.
It was released posthumously.
Yeah.
It is Biggie's best-selling album.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke.
And it was his best album, regardless if he got murdered like a month before or not. It was gonna be his best album.
Right, but we can't say that it was going to be Diamond though.
Right.
Because if Ready to Die sold 8 million, then you could say, oh well, yeah, of course, Life After Death was going to do that. But I'm saying that the Tupac Shakur, like Tupac was having album after album being dropped after he died. Plenty of merch got sold in his death. When DMX died, his streams went up 200%. Michael Jackson, the day he died, I was sitting in my car listening to Michael Jackson just because I was in the car showing off my little sound system.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Michael Jackson dies, his catalog shoots up. Whitney Houston, her catalog shot up, right? They're marketing death. They don't care about kids getting into these real street beefs because guess what? We own your likeness, we own your music, so we're going to put out an album anyway, and it's going to make us more money. You're worth more to us dead than alive. This contract, right? And so they will market this nonsense with these kids. Like, yo, you got this kid who is on probation, but yet you got him in 3 different videos holding guns, perpetrating, drug scenes, and then you give this to the kids, and then you say, oh man, this is all real, this is authentic, check his rap sheet. Now you got a kid wanting to grow up to be that. I've heard a lot of rappers say this, that the drug dealers and the pimps and stuff are the people that they looked up to in their neighborhood. I can't say I'm one of those people. I didn't think I wanted the things that they had because we didn't necessarily have people didn't necessarily have a lot. And then when you see these people come around with their fancy things, it's like, oh man, I wish I had a car like that. I wish I had a Cadillac like that. I wish I had a coat like that. But not knowing what goes with having a car like that, or a coat like that, or a chain like that. Our kids are so more concerned about being gangsters and hooligans than productive citizens for society.
Right.
I watched an interview. Guy was doing street interviews, asking women what would they rather have? A drug dealer, a scammer, or a guy with a 9-to-5? I was blown away by all the women who said F the guy with a 9-to-5.
But you shouldn't have been, because that's the reality we live in right now. Right. And also be careful too with the setting. Right. The setting, the place where you ask those questions. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the setting that you ask those questions. Because if you are in a setting where that's like going to a place where people don't have nothing to eat and asking them what they would have. Would you rather have honey buns right now, or would you rather wait until tomorrow to have 3 healthy meals a day for the rest of your life? If you're hungry right now, you can't wait till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me them honey buns. I'm good. I'll worry about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Some of the questions be trap questions. I learned that. Guess where I learned stuff like that at, Chuck? College.
Right.
People don't tend to go nowadays because they feel like they can skip steps. People don't value college. People don't value institutions anymore.
Why am I going to go to college when I can learn it on YouTube?
Right. Right. And it's the reason why when you go to church, the church has a small congregation. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why fraternities, like I'm in a fraternity, right? I'm a Prince Hall affiliated Freemason, right? Numbers in Freemasonry are gone down. Numbers in fraternities and sororities have gone down. Numbers in churches have gone down. Numbers in colleges have gone down. You know why? Because people don't feel like they need them anymore, right? But the thing about it is you actually need these institutions now more than ever, because you can get bad advice from anywhere, bro. You can get bad advice from anywhere. See, the biggest thing is like you got three groups of people. The people on one side, the people on the other, and then the people in the middle. Right? The people on either side are not worried about the people that are on either side with them. Like the good guys ain't worried about, the good guys, because the good guys are going to be good. The bad guys ain't going to worry about the bad guys, because the bad guys are always going to be good. Both sides worry about the people in the middle. How can I get more of those people from the middle to the side that I'm on? Well, you do it, be like, hey, your mama broke. Your daddy broke. Your daddy been working for 30 years and y'all still eating bologna for dinner? Here, take this package up to JoJo up on 68th Street. And when you come back, I'll give you $400. He's like, God damn, $400? You just want me to take this package up to 68th Street to JoJo? Yeah, just take this package up to 68th Street to JoJo. And when you get back, I give you $400. And then you do it. And then you got $400. You're like, what the fuck? I just made $400 in 20 minutes. Yep. And then you like, yo, and when you get back, you'll make $1,000. Damn right, I'm gonna make $1,000. Take this package up to Shorty on 105 and come right back. Don't be messing around. Go straight there and straight back. And you come straight back. And my man give you 10 $100 bills, and you made $1,400 in a day. You made $1,400 in a morning, and your pops make that every 2 weeks. Right? And you're like, Shorty, you good at that. You good at that. Hey, you driving? Yeah, I'm driving. Hey, can you take this package for me to Coney Island? You take this package to Coney Island and come back. Make sure you get there. Make sure you don't talk to nobody. Don't do nothing. You get back, I'll give you $6,000. When today? Hell yeah, today. Straight cash, homie. And you take the package to Coney Island and you come back. My man give you $6,000 straight cash. That's more money than your pops made all month. Right?
Right.
And look, and you wasn't selling nothing. All you were was the mule. You wasn't out on the street like soliciting. You wasn't the street dude. You ain't selling 20s and dimes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't selling quarters. You ain't selling ounces. You ain't that dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You the mule. You the carrier. Right? Making all that bread. Right? Now, dude is like, Shorty, listen, I'm giving you my package for you to take to Coney Island. You better make sure it get there. Because if it don't get there, I don't care about who took it. I'm coming for you. So now you like, now I got to get a strap. Now I got to get a heater. Now I got to get a beater because I can't get robbed. And if I do get robbed, I got to make sure I protect myself against him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like this whole cycle of a kid that was going to go to college. Now he a mule, right? Now this dude is making $100,000 a month. You know, I'm talking about after he come up in the game, he make $100,000 a month and he not on the corner selling dope, right? He just a mule. You know what I'm saying? And now, if you're making $100,000 a month, that means you're making $1 million plus a year, right? Why would I go to college? Why? And now you got a reputation in the streets. Now you got a reputation in the streets. Yo, little Uncle Freezy is that dude. Now when you go in the bodega, you know what I'm saying? Poppy like, hey, Uncle Freezy, come here. Don't be Uncle Freezy. You don't have to stand in line. Everybody like, oh man, Uncle Freezy, and then Uncle Freezy turn around and be like, and then everybody just act like they, because now they fearing for their safety. They like, yo, go ahead, Uncle Freezy, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you go to the club, you getting bottle service and all the finest chicks in the club. Now you make $100,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Now they ain't hollering at Chuck because Chuck got a job. Chuck a 9-to-5er. Chuck ain't nobody. Chuck a 9-to-5er. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, little Uncle Freezy make $100,000 a month. Right?
Right.
And so you like, they trying to come up too. Everybody to come up. Everybody trying to come up. Like them chicks in the club, they not in the club because they love getting Newport smoke blown on them. Or they like blunt smoke blown in their face. Or they like dudes on ecstasy and drunk groping and feeling all over them. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? When you ask these chicks, the chicks that be with the dope boys, they don't be with the dope boys because the dope boy lifestyle is fascinating. It's about security. That's all it's about. It's about security. Like just because boys come up and they pops have a job and they eating bologna for dinner, it be little girls in that scenario too. And little girls ain't gonna be the mule taking all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, some girls is built for that, right? But most of the time, a lot of the times, these little girls ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, be out here in this rough lifestyle, fighting boys, getting beat up, getting their stuff stolen, and then getting beat up by the muggers, and then getting beat up by the dude that gave them the dope. Who feeling that? If you're a chick, you ain't feeling that. So it's easier just to be like, yo, I'm gonna get with the dope boy because at least I know he'll look out for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, it's a weird. Like this game is crazy. And Chuck and I know I got sidetracked here with that, but I'm gonna tell you the part of the hip hop game that I know. I researched this. I had to do it for some degree work. Mm-hmm. A lot of the rappers that people be talking about that think is so gangster, they not. A&R dudes, right? A&R dudes find these intelligent kids in these AP programs that can rap a little bit, right? But they smart and they business savvy and they moldable. And these A&R, these people take these kids, like the dude that was named after the boat. What's the dude named after the boat? They take these smart kids, right?
Yachty.
These kids that are super smart, right?
Your mic,
Is that better?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So they take these honor roll kids that are moldable, these kids that are in these arts programs or go to these gifted and talented programs and turn them into gangsters because they can play that role. They know when to turn it on and off, right? I'll give you an example of that person. Tupac. Right? You take these kids that are 16, 17 that know how to turn these roles off and on, right? They know how to act in front of the camera. They know how to do this certain thing. Thug life, baby. I'm hopeless, smoking on endo, trying to keep my focus. Don't let the bullshit worry me. F the game. I'm true to the game till they bury me. God gave me game because I'm hustling and all this stuff, right? And then behind closed doors, these are the kids of Black Panther movement people. These are the kids of principals and
and all this stuff. They put on this front for the camera. They're great at putting on the front for the camera. They'll dye their hair. They'll get these tattoos all over the place. They'll do all this stuff, right? Because they can be that one thing for the camera, and then they can be that thing in a boardroom. And the thing I found out by doing this research is no record company is going to invest money in an idiot. No matter how much money the potential money there is to be made, no record company is going to throw money away. Don't sleep on these record companies, bro. They smart. That's why they put people in these terrible contracts, because they smart. What they do is a lot of these kids get in these loans, like these contracts where they give them all this money up front, and they indebted to this record company to pay that money back, right? So these kids got to get out here and hustle to pay off this loan to the record company, right? That's why they hustle, and they be in everything. That's why they'll do anything. They'll do anything to get attention, to make that money, because they are indebted to. It's like indentured servanthood. Like they get into these things, like they go out and buy their mama a house. Well, now they got to pay for that house. The record company didn't give them that money. They ain't that good. Chuck, when's the last time you seen a record company give somebody $4 million and was like, nah, man, you don't owe us nothing?
Never.
Man, I was researching it and I was blown away. It hurt my heart to see like these people get into these deals because the little bit of money up front helps their parents, helps their family get out of a bind, because they would say, I would rather get into this indentured servanthood if I can help 40 people of my family to get out of poverty. I would rather take on this load as a 17-year-old and give away my life so that 40 of my family members can live a decent life. So do I blame them? No. Do I blame them for trying to help their families? No. Right? Do I blame them for contributing to, because they're thinking about 40 people, but they're actually hurting 4 million people, millions of people. But you don't think about that when your cousins and them, when you got 11 members of your family living in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Right.
That's especially down south. Down south, I know up north is bad too, but down south you'll have 12 family members living in a 3-bedroom double wide, and it's old. It's probably like from the 80s, right? And a record company come to you and say, we'll give you a record advance of $1.5 million if you become NBA Freezy. Right? Some of these people ain't never seen $10,000, right? But you giving this dude $500,000 cash money in his account tomorrow, right? And $1 million once you complete your album, right? And the money you get off record sales ain't gonna be nothing. You probably make about $45,000 off record sales, but you got $500,000 up front. That's yours, right? That's an advance. You getting $500,000 up front. Don't forget about that money, right? And then you get $1 million when the album is completed, and then you get residual. You'll probably make about $40,000 off your record sales. That's why it's important for you to tour and get out there and all these things. And so, do I blame these kids for getting out there and doing whatever it takes to get their family out of poverty? No. Do I blame them for the bigger picture, what they're doing to our neighborhoods? Yes. Because I think you have to have a moral responsibility to be accountable for your actions and your words.
I agree. Being held accountable for your words, but There's a deeper conversation to that point. I don't want to open that can of worms this morning, because I totally understand that scenario where being destitute, um, wanting to provide for everyone, to put yourselves in a better position. I get that. But I think it's also a thing of personal responsibility, man. Like just some things, I don't know, man. You shouldn't. Well, I'm not going to say you shouldn't. Yeah, I am going to say, man, you shouldn't want to be a part of.
Right.
You feel me? Because celebrities are worshipped like gods. So whatever God says goes.
Right.
And I think that's very dangerous, because the same way that you can market, NBA Freezy as a gun wielding, coke selling, baby making heathen, you could also let him be the bookworm rapper that he really is,
Right.
because that sells too. Everybody that grows up in the hood is not a gangster and not a drug dealer.
Right.
There are actually guys in the neighborhood that don't stand for none of that.
Right.
Hey, y'all ain't standing in front my house doing that.
Right.
Man, we the 40 boys from Black. I don't care where y'all from. I call the police next time. And if the police don't come, I'll blast all y'all.
Right.
Now take that somewhere else. Like it was where's the, I don't know. Like here's the thing. Like I've watched a lot of rappers use that same playbook, right? Become famous, become rich to a certain point, right? Now when their shtick isn't selling, then they come with the, we got to do something different. We got to change the minds of the young
reform
people.
thugs. Yeah.
And I'm like, you could have done that at the high.
Yeah. I don't know if Chuck froze or I froze. I don't know. But it happens on live streams, though.
Yeah.
Did I freeze just now, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not just the drug culture. It's just everything that is bad seems to be promoted as if it's something that we ought to be taking into consideration. Like, sir, there's no reason why there should be a 13-year-old girl in her bathroom with her drawers hiked up in her behind, shaking it in the mirror on social media.
Right.
Oh, I'm just doing the Cardi B challenge. There was a thing where women were going around on the internet inserting cucumbers into different orifices on their body. And I'll leave it like that. And I'm like, well, what the? So now we're raising a bunch of thug hooligans, stripper holes.
Yep.
Is this what what society is becoming?
Yep.
Becoming now?
Yep.
Hey man.
And I'll tell you, and I'll tell you something, man. Government was trying to restrict what you can put on social media, and the people said they want freedom of speech, And the government argued against because you can't censor decency without infringing on freedom of speech. And you know what the people said? You're not going to infringe on our freedom of speech. Right? So now you get these babies doing all these things on social media. Like TikTok is terrible.
Awful.
TikTok is terrible, bro. Terrible. There are no filters whatsoever on TikTok, and people love it. Right? You can be a little baby, 13, 14 years old. You can get on TikTok and do whatever it is that you want. Right? You can get on TikTok and do whatever you want. And Joe Biden and Donald Trump both said, hey, man, listen, this TikTok thing is crazy. We can't censor it. The level of decency on here. And people was like, ain't no old white man going to tell me what I can view and what I can't. And then you get on TikTok and you're like, oh, my God, that girl looked like she 12. Right? And my man and them dudes was telling us this like 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
Right? Right? They was telling us this it was like, this is the Wild Wild West. We can't, you know, and they don't, and the people from TikTok, they don't care nothing about decency. They care about bread. They care about money. They don't care nothing about all this stuff. Right? And we was like, yo, that's what I care. I'm a hustler, baby. I care about cash rule everything around me. Cream, get the money. Wait a minute. That girl looked like she 13. Oh my God. What is this doing on my phone? Right? It's like we double talk, and it's not just black people, bro. It's everybody. They double talk. We double talk people to death. Right? And I keep looking at myself in this. I keep looking at myself in this polo shirt. I look fly as hell in this sky blue polo shirt, bro. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's one of these things where we double talk ourselves. We double talk people to death. DSJ said my Rolly notes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I guess we having a tech issue with Chuck. And so DSJ says Subliminal 209 gets 30 for IG. Nah, man, these things, these platforms and stuff, some of the stuff that we be using, you like, man, what's really going on? Do we really care about decency nowadays? Man, I got kids, bro. I care about decency. I don't want to sound like a cornball either, but I care about decency. I care about things that's right and exact. And some of these things is out of bounds, in my opinion. What about y'all? Y'all care about decency? Or y'all just care about freedom? Y'all care about decency and y'all care about freedom? It's a fair question to ask. I'm not trying to put nobody on the spot. That was Chuck. Chuck hit me up. Let me see. No. All right, I just hit Chuck back up. Something happened with Chuck. I'm not for sure what. Live stream still going though. Hey, that's a great point right there, DSJ. Like, we care about decency, but maybe not trust the people in charge of telling us what's decent and what's not. Hey, man, y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Support your boys. Oh, Chuck just sent me a message. Chuck said, let me see what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Chuck threw, y'all. Chuck threw for the day. So I'm rocking by myself. I think they got something going on where he's at. So a Spectrum outage or something like that. So DSJ says the public doesn't want to be censored. And right, what I believe, the public does want to be censored. They just don't want to be told they're being censored. People don't want any more bosses. Right? I think people just say people don't want any more bosses. Because if you have a job right now, think about where you are in your life. How many bosses do you have? You got your direct manager, his boss, the department manager, you know what I'm saying? Probably the owner. Then you got human resources on your back. You got all these people. So people have 59 bosses. People are tired of other people telling them what to do. Right? Then you got your government who don't seem to help. The government don't seem to want to help you. Right? The government helping people from foreign lands, but they won't help you. Or that's what it seems like. Right? That's what it seems like. Hey, y'all. So Chuck is there. He is, my man. Bim. There he is.
Yeah.
Everything okay, boss?
Well, I'm tethering my my internet off of my phone. So apparently there's an outage in my area.
Okay.
So they're saying it's supposed to be back up at 11, but if I'm choppy or I'm what you call it, then I'll just switch to the iPhone altogether.
Okay. Hey, so Chuck, I don't have a recipe for today. So what I'm gonna do is ask the crowd, Vibesters, send your recipes, send your recipe suggestions to us. Send your recipe to us via Twitter @_vibes_in_stuff. Send your recipe ideas to us so we can chop it up, so we can talk about these recipes, put them on, and then if they dope, we're gonna give you kudos, right? And then if they not dope, we're gonna give you the opposite of kudos. Yeah, man. Hey, so DSJ says, let me work for you on the Lawrence Tears Network. I work for $738,000 annually. We can negotiate after I pull in ratings. Well, for one, we're not paying $738,000 annually, right? Now, if you earn that, we definitely give that to you, bro. I'm not a hater. I don't care what amount of money it is. So if you bring in, we can do an incentive-based contract where if you bring that level of money in, I have no problem distributing that, right? But we have to consider the use of the platform and the use of the talent here with the company. Like you legit, you know what I'm saying? If you're using Chuck, if you're using me, if you're using the platform to get to certain places and you're able to earn that $738,000, we'll definitely pay you, but you got to pay the bills. The bills have to be paid, right? So you have to bring in at least 1.3, 1.4 so that everybody associated with your success can be compensated, right? It's like James Brown. It's like James Brown. James Brown wasn't the only person getting paid when James Brown record went on. His producers were getting paid. His songwriters were getting paid. His musicians were getting paid. His wardrobe was getting paid. His backup singers was getting paid. His dancers, his bus drivers, his chef, his travel agent, everybody was getting paid off of James Brown because they contributed to the success of James Brown. Chuck, that sound right?
I'm gonna smile and say, that's how it's supposed to work. But we've heard stories with James Brown that all that stuff didn't happen.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. So let's operate on the way it's supposed to. Let's operate with the fairness and integrity model.
Yes, sir.
So we'll operate with the fairness and integrity model. If we operate with the fairness and integrity model, where everybody gets fair compensation for the skills, ability, and work that they bring to the table, then we'll be in a good place.
Yes.
But you can't use Chuck music and then take credit for it for yourself. We ain't doing that. Right? And you can't take Uncle Freezy promotion and reach and pull and then take all the credit for yourself. That's just not how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So to that last point, there's a Jersey house group that took Tony's anniversary and Hurricane Chris Abebe.
Yep.
And they mashed it up.
Yep.
And so the person who's responsible or one of the minds behind the mashup reached out to Hurricane Chris to do a collabo on the record, and for whatever reason, Chris ends up putting out the song and the video without them.
Right.
And they felt some type of way, like, how can he do that? And I was like, but y'all know y'all use Abebe, right?
Yeah.
And y'all use Anniversary, none of which is your music.
Right.
You don't have a claim to use their music.
Right.
Even if you came up with a rearrangement, you didn't get that rearrangement cleared.
Right.
By those parties. So therefore it's not really your song.
Right.
And so there was a back and forth about that, and people were like, oh, well, he could have and he should have, because if it wasn't for them, actually, I was like, that all may be true.
That would have been that would have been a decent thing to do.
Right.
But that's not a legal thing to do.
That's not business.
Right.
And there are way too many people getting into business, not understanding business. I've used this analogy several different times when it comes to that. I know plenty of people that can throw down in the kitchen.
Right.
I mean, cook so good, dog be at the back door like Miss Seeley, howling.
Right.
But every time that person went to start a restaurant,
they fail.
A couple of months, they fail.
Right.
And you're like, how, when they cook this good, but then when you go and you look at the menu, like, you can't charge $4 and get them all this food.
No.
3 pieces of pork chop, yellow rice and collard greens and macaroni and cheese for $4.
Right.
No. You're losing money. No.
Right.
You could, if you want to make a plate like that, you can, but you got to charge more. That's got to at least be $10 or more.
Right.
But guess what? Don't understand business.
Right.
don't understand ordering in bulk. Just used to going to
Logistics.
the store and buying a family pack of pork chops and cooking them.
Right.
Versus knowing to buy a case of pork chops. You know what I'm saying?
Or not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but or understanding building relationships with a vendor where you say, hey, Joe vendor, I use approximately this much pork chop in this time frame. This for instance, I use from day 1 of the month, say June 1st to June 30th, I use this much, right? On June 29th, I want a delivery of this much so that July, I won't have to worry about going out to the store, buying this at a different price, right? Maybe they might be out of stock. Right? I want you to deliver this certain thing on the 29th of every month, whether it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Saturday, I love you, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is, I want you to deliver these certain things. And you know what I'm saying? And then that way, and then I will pay somebody to stock these things in here, but I want them at a good price because I'm guaranteeing a purchase every 29th of the month. Right? People don't do that. Chuck, I work for a company, right? I see people with restaurants, right? People with restaurants come into this place and they get a buggy full of meat. They steal that stuff from this major company, from this major international company. They steal it and then go cook it at their restaurant. Right? Because their business is failing because they're not smart enough to understand the business, like what you're saying.
And that's the thing. You can be great at something. Oh man, I can't believe how talented of an artist he is to be broke.
Yeah.
That's because they don't have good businesses.
Right.
Like and what the music company, the music industry has done is put a veil over a lot of poor artists, that it's not about it's about the lifestyle, man. You know, and this lifestyle that is perpetuated means is be as gluttonous as possible.
Yep.
Don't save anything for a rainy day. And always be in the newest and the greatest. You gotta look like you got money. And I'm like, but why?
Right.
I'd rather have a whole lot of money and look like a bum than be a bum and look like I got a whole lot of money.
Right.
Because guess what? When people don't think you have, they won't ask you.
Yep. And Chuck, I bet you know what? So a guy, Mr. Tom, told me this, right? He was like, Uncle Freezy, how many millionaires? Because I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm in the office with a millionaire. He was like, how many millionaires do you come across every day? It's like, none, except you. He's like, you don't know that. You don't know when you in line at Walmart buying bread, you don't know the guy, you don't know the financial status of the guy next to you. Right?
Right.
And then I thought about what he said. You mean the dude with the dirty sneakers and the random, you know, the dude with the random Walmart shirt, the old brown and checkered plaid Walmart shirt and some old jeans and some rundown New Balance. He looked like a dude that's broke, right? Then when you think about it, wait a minute. New Balance ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? You think about New Balance ain't really cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you're like, man, you might be in a Walmart, Kmart, Target, Costco, BJ's, whatever, and you come across all these dudes, you know what I'm saying, with the brown khakis and the New Balance and the plaid blue shirt. You're like, wait a minute. All these people might be doing well, right? And they got on plain stuff. And here I am, branded down from top to bottom. Everything I got on got a brand on it. I got on a Nike hat, a polo shirt, a Gucci belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, all these, I got on all these brands, right? All these brands, right? My outfit, I'm in the grocery store buying grapes, and my outfit all together costs like $450, right? And I do this every day. And the dude next to me, his outfit, not including his sneakers, his outfit might cost $30. And he had it forever. Right? Yeah. And the difference is he'll send his stuff to the dry cleaner, and I'll wear mine once a month and take care of it like it's a prized possession. When as soon as I bought that polo shirt, as soon as I bought that that polo, the Ralph Lauren polo, right? Bought that polo shirt for $88. As soon as I put it in my car, it was worth $7. You know what I'm saying? Think about that, Chuck. Think about all the dope stuff you bought in your life, right? And think about supply chain. I learned this in college, ladies and gentlemen. In college, and if you hadn't been, you might want to go, right? Think about supply chain.
Right.
In Korea, they are making in Korea, they'll make about 4,400 of that same shirt that you got on, same size and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That white polo shirt with the navy blue logo and your size, they'll make 4,400 of them a day and send them around the world. Right? It takes them, I think it takes them $4.50 to make that shirt. Right?
Right.
By the time they get it to you and put it underneath the Ralph Lauren polo sign and all those fancy racks,
yeah,
that shirt is going to be $90 plus tax
or more.
Or more. And black people are not only going to buy it, they're going to buy 3 of them. Right? They're going to buy 3 of them.
Right.
Right? And then treat them like they have value. When in essence, that shirt costs $4.50 to make. And not because of the material, right? It costs $4.50 to make because of the wage that you pay the worker, the upkeep of the machine, and then the material. It costs $4.50. And so while we here with all these brand names and we treat them as if they're gold, you never saw Elon Musk. Think about this. When have you seen Elon Musk with a Ralph Lauren polo shirt on? When have you seen Elon Musk with a Tommy Hilfiger or brand? When have you seen Elon Musk with Gucci on?
I don't know unless he got it out of the flea market bin, the thrift store bin. I doubt he owns it.
You're right. When have you seen Jeff Bezos? Think about this. When have you seen Jeff Bezos, right, with a Gucci t-shirt or some type of Gucci shirt? It's the most ridiculous. Hey, Severe, what's good? Marquise Walker's in the building. That's my brother from another mother. What's good, Marquise Walker? Keep doing your thing, bro. We see you out here. Hey, bro, I was looking for you yesterday. Did you do something yesterday? If you did something yesterday, put the link in the chat so we can check it out. But Chuck, that's what I'm saying. The biggest crime I saw the making of the most famous, the most popular New Balance shoe. They make it in the Boston area, right? In New England, right? Yes, when they talk about how much it makes to make one, I think the cost to make one pair of New Balance is like $17. By the time you buy it in your size, you're paying $140. Right? Think about that. $17
Mm-hmm.
to make. By the time it touches everybody in the supply chain, because the cost goes up because you have to pay for the machines, you have to pay for the land, you have to pay for insurance, you have to pay for wages, you have to pay for logistics, you have to pay for marketing, you have to pay for all these different things. So by the time Chuck Allen sees the shoe, Chuck Allen has to pay $140 for it. And guess what? And Chuck gonna pay that and be proud. Hey, Uncle Freezy, I just bought me a pair of New Balance Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just using Chuck for an example, right?
But I remember when Steph Marbury had his sneakers for $15.
Yep.
And I bought a pair just because I appreciated what he was trying to do.
Right.
His messaging behind the sneakers. I remember I bought his jersey. And I had to go out the way to get those. I think they was only at like Steve's.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to go and get them. Go to Manhattan.
They at Conway.
But I went and bought them. I went and bought them, and I remember wearing them. And somebody was like, "Man, you got on those? Man, them things $15." And I was like,
So.
But they
I mean, $1.99.
But I get it. And one thing, you're not going to be able to shake a person who's built their ideals on name brands,
right?
And having being fly. Because one thing our community will be is fly. Right? Fly and cool.
And know it.
Yeah. And so living in the South showed me up close and personal what people's priorities were. That's why when it comes to even what we were talking about earlier about the drugs that people talk about selling and doing and all this kind of stuff, there was a difference when someone down there said, "Yo, man, I got to feed my family." And they were really feeding their 15 people in a house that looked like don't nobody supposed to live in that house.
Right. Oh, I know that. I know that feeling.
I mean, vines growing up around the house.
Right.
Like it is, you live here.
Right.
And you go in and it's kids and adults and young adults and old
and dogs.
All kinds of dogs. Some dogs don't even have hair on it. Hey man, be careful, that dog got the mange.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. But that guy, I saw him hustle and bring his money home and make sure that everybody had clothes to go back to school. Like, yo, I was disheartened because here it is, a guy who's not that much older than me, maybe 2, maybe 3 years older than me, got to take his brothers, sisters, and little cousins and nieces clothes shopping because their parents can't. Right. And granted, he ain't selling like crazy amount of drugs. He's literally selling enough to put food on the table, take all these kids to Walmart or Kmart to buy them something to go back to school with, right. To pay the little $40, $50 so they don't cut the lights off, making sure that there's running water in the house. And I'm like, God, that's different from the guy who just wants to put on Jordans and stand in front of the building all day, right, trying to holler at the high school girls coming in and out, going to school. That's different.
Right.
I don't have a lot of respect for people like that. And if you one of those dudes and I'm talking about you, F you. I mean you. Yeah. Like, destroyed the neighborhood with a substance that we haven't been able to shake out of our community since it was put there in the 80s. Since it was put there in the 80s. And I would rather take the easy way out than struggle. Man, I grew up, da, da, da. What was I supposed to do? And I'm like, yo, there's plenty of people that grow up in less than ideal circumstances every day.
Right.
You're not the only one from this neighborhood, man. But you saw a low-hanging fruit and you decided to take that opportunity because you wanted to now be the guy to walk around the neighborhood and tell how everybody there broke and need to get their money up because you have a clientele based on a person's need to ingest a substance, a foreign substance. I just don't, I can't. I was never cool with it. So when it comes to the music, this is like, there has to be another message. As soon as another message comes along, oh, they corny. This we are the world nonsense. What we doing? Everybody can't be friends. Everybody don't have to be friends, but we don't have to keep the same cycle of death and destruction.
Right.
Like we don't have to always take the bad and make it good. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, when she makes string beans, oh, those string beans gonna have some fat back in it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a piece of ham or something in it.
Yeah.
Right? But guess what? Chuck don't make his string beans like that.
Right.
You know why? Because I've been eating string beans like that all my life.
And everybody big. Everybody big.
Everybody got cholesterol. Everybody got high blood pressure. Everybody got diabetes. Nah, man.
Right.
Something got to change.
Something got to change.
And something's got to change because see, this is what happens. And this is the flip that I don't like. You make your money off of this. Like a rapper will make their money off of this pain, right?
Right.
When it can't sell no more and they can't call everybody lames, then what they do is drop a 444 and act like, yo, I've been on this time since the beginning. And I'm like, no, you haven't. He's maturing. He's growing. This motherfucker 50 years old. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah. He was 30. He was 30 when he started that.
Exactly. But now, you know, oh man, he's really evolved. And I'm like,
no.
Why we have to wait till we get old to evolve? Why can't we look at the signs that are on the writing on the wall now and take heed? Why do we have to still
say it? What's on your mind?
Why do we still have to celebrate the bull? Like, because it's bull. You know it's bull. I know it's bull. But if you go on the internet right now, if we started talking about gangster stuff, talking about gangs, you know, and drug dealers from the 80s and the 70s, if we did a series on that, I guarantee you we'll have 30 to 40,000 views or more on each of these videos. If you were Uncle Freezy, ex-con with a big I kill everybody tattooed on your neck, talking about you fresh out, you would have hundreds of thousands of people watching.
Right.
But because you want to put out a positive message, you want to share love, you want men to start having real conversations with one another. Don't nobody show up for that. Don't nobody show up for it until something bad happens, and then we'll talk about it for 5 minutes, and everyone's outraged for 5 minutes, and then it's back to regularly scheduled program of the BS.
Right.
I can't I don't want to anymore. I refuse to be silent because I'm watching yesterday, right?
Okay.
Bunch of kids hanging out in front the building. I don't have no problem with that. Now that is legal you can smoke weed legal here in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, they lighting up. Still not a problem, right? It's that after y'all done got high, now y'all want to act the fool.
Right.
And all the people that weren't saying anything to y'all while everything was calm are like, hey man, y'all getting a little too rowdy.
Yeah.
F you, F that. You don't know who the F I'm from. I'm represent throwing up this, but doing all this to people and people with walkers and scooters.
Yeah.
That's who they do. That's what they saying is like, how could you talk to someone like that? I'm not saying this is right, but the couple of guys that I hung around that was really selling drugs and stuff like that, when they saw Miss Johnson or Miss Jenkins coming, hey, hold that down.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Jenkins. How you doing? All right. You need some help? Want me to help you with that?
Right.
No, ma'am. All right. Well, you have a good day, Miss Johnson. All right. All right.
Hey, Miss Johnson, take this and put this in church for me, okay?
Exactly.
Remember that? Yeah.
Now, these dudes bust sales any and everywhere. They ain't care if the police. You don't even know. You don't know if I'm the police or not, man. Like, why would you think this is okay?
Right.
But they don't care. It's there's no such thing as consequence. And even if I do something bad, it's no negative towards that. Because if I go to jail, guess what? They're gonna come out and show me love,
Yeah.
I just did a bid. Yeah.
Now you official.
I'm official now.
Yeah.
But someone who go to I don't want no square dude. I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you'll have Baby by Knucklehead number 1, Knucklehead number 2, Knucklehead number 3, Knucklehead number 4, Knucklehead number 5. And then here comes this clean cut brother. Now you want the clean cut brother, but you got 5 kids and you expect him to be like, oh, you're the woman that I've been waiting for all my life. A woman with kids from 5 different dudes. Yeah, buddy. You're the prize I've been waiting on. Like, nah. It don't take that many times in a row for you to realize, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. I have a problem. I like giving it up to dudes who don't have things going for themselves. Right? Or I gotta stop sleeping with these big butt bras that don't got anything other than big butt.
Yeah.
I gotta stop. Nah, man, shoot. I ain't turned down nothing but my car, man. You see, man.
I ain't gonna turn down that with my collar. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. And so there's going to be another generation of young people growing up in broken homes, being witness to a single parent's bitterness.
Right.
There are single parent men out there that are raising kids on their own. But the majority are single mothers, and some of them are bitter because they thought this dude was going to love them forever, and he was just loving them for the night. And now they're stuck with a kid that they got to try to figure out how they're going to make the best for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and meanwhile, the dudes are getting softer and softer, bro.
You know why?
And dudes are getting softer, and mamas are naming them these soft names, like marking them from birth. Like, come here, Brandon. Like, hey, Jalen. Hey, Dakari. And listen, if your name is Jalen or Brandon or Dakari, I'm just joking, right? Don't get all butt hurt and sensitive like I like to do. Like cats that get all super sensitive. Uncle Freezy just called me soft. Hey man, listen, man. It's just we But yeah, man. Hey, Chuck, you ever notice that the kid, the dudes, like how many 20-year-olds do you know named Chuck? None, right? None. Maybe one, because he named after his daddy. Maybe one.
Maybe
one, right?
Yeah.
But dudes are named dudes are named like Deshaun. You know what I'm saying? Or LaMichael. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Here's the best name I ever heard. The best soft hood name I ever heard in my life. Samaj. Come here, Samaj.
I'm sorry.
She
what?
wanted Samaj. So she want to name the baby after her baby daddy James, but she spell it backwards. I'm gonna name you after him, but I'm gonna spell it backwards because I want you to be different from him. So his name is Samaj.
Here's the thing.
It's James spelled backwards. So you like what?
Names are important.
Yes.
So making up a name is giving is setting a child up for like, how can I put this?
Hey, I'm gonna put something on the screen. I'm gonna just try something with us just real quick, Chuck.
Sure.
It ain't nothing. Just keep on going, bro. Just don't mind this thing.
They're like names mean something. Like you wouldn't like if someone was offering you a sandwich, and it was like, well, what kind of sandwich? It's the poop sandwich. The poop sandwich, man. That don't even sound attractive. The poop sandwich.
Right.
No, man. I'm telling you, it's the sugar honey iced tea, man. You're gonna love it. Nah, that sounds like feces, bro. I don't want that.
Like feces. Yeah.
I don't want that. But fire. We're at a crossroads where I think if we don't have more men in particular stepping up to say, hey man, this is not the way.
Okay.
And just because a person has money don't mean that what they're saying is more important.
Right.
Because I anytime someone has a disagreement or says something like I think such and such said something. I think Uncle Freezy said, I don't like the way Uncle Freezy phrased that. He should have said it this way. Well, Uncle Freezy don't have to say it differently. You just mad he getting money and you not.
Right.
Everything is not about getting money. That is something that society has perpetuated to keep the economy going, that you have to have more than what you have.
Yeah.
And guess what, folks? If you're not careful, we'll be back in another recession.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Spending money that you don't need to spend.
Okay.
Buying stuff that you don't need to have. Wasteful spending. Man, do you know how much money I wish I could get back now that I spent on just stuff that I don't need?
Random stuff, bro. Random stuff. Just random stuff. Yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marquise, to a certain extent. Like we always looking for, our people are always looking for originality instead of just being themselves, because we're original. Like we're always trying to appease others when we're the original item that everyone has been copying throughout history. We are the tastemakers. They come to us to find to stamp something as cool or not. Oh, they're doing it. It's cool. we got to do it too. So why can't it be the positive? Why can't it be about brotherhood and sisterhood and community and positive imagery? Why can't we talk about, you know, the kids with the 3.0 and 3.5 GPAs? Why can't we talk about those guys? Why can't we talk about those women? Why can't we put them in a better light and always giving credence and light to the people, in my opinion, that don't deserve it?
Okay.
It's like we are rewarding the class disruption and making them the focal point of academia. Like, oh, look at this guy who's not doing anything, being a distraction, but he do got on Jordans.
He got on Jordan.
On the Mitchell and Ness
Yeah.
throwback jersey.
Yeah.
He is wearing a Jesus piece chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. our priorities are jacked up. As a people, not just Black, as a nation, man. Like, celebrities are no different than us.
Right.
They're just better at selling themselves artistically.
Okay.
Than you do. Because truth be told, a lot of them don't have talent. As far as like musically or athletically. But they may have a talent of persuasiveness, a talent like
or they have a gift. They have a gift.
Right. Cardi B has a gift of personality.
Right.
She has great personality, but no discernible talent.
Right.
Like, her gift is sounding and giving you the impression of the girl from around the way.
Yeah.
She ain't particularly pretty. She ain't particularly.
But she get made up though. She will get made up.
And that if speak Chuck is these are Chuck's opinions, not the opinions of Vibes and Stuff Live, Uncle Freezy, or any affiliations. That makeup does nothing. But do I think she has a great personality and a fun energy about her? Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But I know, and maybe you, and I'm sure you know, and a few people in this chat, like, we all know that is a machine process right there. Right? Like, she is the product of writers and a marketing team. Like, she is that persona is something that they've adopted for her. Right? So, and that's fine. They're created stars throughout history. And it is what it is. But I refuse to take my social cues or morality cues from a person that don't know themselves. That's asinine. That's
but
backwards.
a lot of people do. A lot of people do though.
I know they do, because I heard a girl say she could relate to Cardi B more than Michelle Obama. And I was like, wait.
She probably can,
but
though,
she's
Chuck.
probably 100% right that she is more in tune with a stripper lifestyle than being a law school graduate wife of the first of the president, first Black president. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get that. I totally get that. Hey, listen, guys, man, we can carry on this conversation forever. But we got KMD coming up. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us today. I appreciate everyone in the chat. If this is your first time kicking it with us, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you link all notifications so that when we go live, you'll know. When we upload, you'll know, and you can come kick it with us, man. As I always say, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend who's going to tell a friend to come kick it with us, man. Help us grow the channel. We appreciate you all coming through on this Money Making Monday. Make sure you're out there getting your paper, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 7:30. Until then, peace.
Everyone can eat off this, too, is the bottom line.
Neutral button.
Yeah.